Hi. So, I was thinking of how to connect with um, our friends who have come to our workshops and our family conferences and marriage conferences, parenting classes, and I thought a video would be a little bit more personal, and so I've never done videos before. So this is my second one. Just did one in Spanish, but I wanted to connect with you to let you know, first of all, that we're thinking about you, we're praying for you, but also wanted to give you just a few reminders. I know right now when we're in crisis mode, we often forget some of the things that we know to be true, and so I just wanted to remind you of some of those things. The first one is that God is in control, that He's still in control, that He is still taking care of us, still watching over us. This did not catch Him by surprise, and He is in control, and He loves you with an everlasting love. And so I just wanted to remind you of that first. The second thing I wanted to remind you of is that in times of crisis, sometimes we start looking for someone to blame, and being in the house all together, being with the kids all day, every day, might get a little stressful. And so we may lash out at each other. What I find to be true in my own experience and the experiences of other people is that sometimes this is not the only thing that we're dealing with. Sometimes there are other things that we're dealing with. There might be financial, might be relational, might be problems with our spouse, problems with our kids, and then to have this crisis from the outside come on in makes things a little bit more difficult. And so, just wanted to remind you that in times like these, what makes things a little better is unity. And so it's a good opportunity for us to kind of talk things out, get into agreement, be on the same page, either with your spouse, with your kids, and just be able to navigate these things together. Um, so you might want to have conversations right now as spouses about what are the priorities financially. Maybe some of you have been laid off. Maybe your job is uncertain right now. So let's look at what we have. Let's talk it through. What are our priorities? What do we want to make sure we get paid? Who can we call and let them know that we may be a little late on our payments? What are we purchasing? What can we cancel? These are things that, as a couple, we can empower ourselves to go on the front end and make those decisions ahead of time so that we're not caught off guard and so that we're not thinking different things. And so we want to be on the same page. We want to be united. Same thing with the kids. The kids are going to be home all day, every day. What do we want to structure and what do we want to give a little more freedom on? What are the activities we want to do with them? I'm actually sending out a newsletter that's going out this week on 10 things you can do with your kids while they're home. And that's because, as some of you know, we homeschooled our kids and they were at home all the time, 24/7, every day for several years. And so we've learned a few things along the way that I'd like to share with you. And if you're a subscriber and you've been getting our newsletter, you will probably get that this week. And so those are kind of the things that we want to be able to be united on as a couple. If you're a single mom, that might be a conversation that you have with your kids. What do we want these next couple of weeks to look like? And financially, same thing. You need to look at your finances, look at the stuff that you have going on. What can you stop? What can you delay? And what needs to move forward? And so just remember that unity and remembering that God is faithful are things that will help us not only um, move forward and survive, but actually give us an opportunity to grow as people, to grow as families, and this is a time where we get to put into practice everything that we've known as theory. So think about those classes you've taken. Think about those workshops you've taken, think about those verses you've read, the services you've heard, and keep yourself encouraged through God's Word and through the things that you have learned and that you have seen that have worked. I'll be trying to get out some videos and give you little snippets of some of the classes that you've probably taken with us and remind you of some of the things that you've learned and how we can put them in practice in our families at this time. So be well, be safe, and let's take advantage of this time to deepen our relationships, to be at peace, and show our kids and our families what God can do with people who trust Him, knowing that He is faithful. Have a good day.